In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to set up a simple counter on an I2C LCD using CodeKit. This is going to be with simple block-based Arduino coding, so no coding experience required. So firstly, let's get started with wiring. For your LCD, you can connect the ground and 5 volts connections to ground and 5 volts on the board. That leaves only our two data lines, which are SCL and SDA. If you're on Arduino Uno, you can simply connect SCL to analog 4 on the board and SDA to analog 5 on the board. If you're using another board, just Google I2C pins and you'll find the connections you need to use. So in CodeKit, we have all of our block categories over here on the left. And to get started with our display, we'll need to click on the Displays category and select the liquid crystal display. In the sidebar, you can see all of our blocks for that display are now visible. And because we have an I2C display, we can click and drag this block, this setup block over here to our start block. And everything in this start block is going to run at the start of our program, and that's just the time we want to set up the display. The next thing we want to do is display some text on it, and this is going to happen in a loop, which we can put in our forever block. Code over here is going to repeat over and over again for all time. Under displays, you can find this LCD print block, and I'm going to drag this under forever. Now, we want a number to put here, which is going to be our count. That is going to be, how many seconds have passed since the program has started. So to do this, we're going to use a variable, which is a way to store a number. We can go under the variables category, click on that and press new integer, which is just a whole number. And I'm going to type in count, which is what we're going to call this variable. At the start of our program, we're going to set the count to 0, and then I can go back under variables and I can grab this change count block. Now what this means is that after we've displayed something on the display, we're going to increase the count by 1. So at the start, we're going to display something and then increase that from 0 to 1, and then once we go over, it'll increase from 1 to 2. Now to display the actual value of that variable, we can go under the variables category and drag out that count block and use it under the print. And finally, we'd like to add a little bit of a delay. So after we print the value and then change it by 1 to increase it, we're going to wait 1 second before we display everything again. Now, the last little touch here is to go under displays and make sure the display is clear before we display everything. Now I'm going to click upload. I'm going to link my board and send that over. CodeKit Pro includes this upload feature. It's super simple, but if you're just getting started, you can click this copy button, copy the code to your clipboard, and upload using the Arduino IDE. No troubles. You can see now on our display that we have a counter that's incrementing 1 time every second. A last change you might want to make is by adding a little second symbol next to it. You can do that by adding another print block right below, changing it to S, and then we can upload that right away. And you'll see very quickly that our code is working as expected. I hope you're seeing through this tutorial that it's super easy to get started with LCDs in CodeKit. There are heaps more blocks over in the displays category that you can check out for the LCD. And also, I encourage you to check out the input-output section, sensors, and motion to see some of the other things you can do with the display in CodeKit, as it's really easy to kind of connect these different components together and make them work in symphony with each other. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and if you'd like to see others like it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. The link to CodeKit is in the description.